Hi guys, today is the 2nd of March 2019 at 8:57 in the evening over here in the UK, and I have a very quick analysis. It should take less than 2 minutes. Today, as I said, it's the 2nd of March. I'm looking at the 7th and the 8th of March for potential events occurring. The reason for this is because it's 27 days after the national emergency was declared on February the 15th. In association with the iPad Go-To video, we've had the number 27 come up a lot, and I did a whole video on the number 27 and the various places it comes up. But the reason why I've got this on screen is because we've looked at two things in this particular scene that add up to the number 27. The first is the Bush character, which represents Donald Trump. His hands showing 10, 10, and then 3 and 4, or 4 and 3. I can't remember which way around. But that adds up to 27, so I'm just going to play that little section. So it's got there 10 again, and then as you'll see, 3 and 4, that adds up to 7, so 27. Now, 27 could be a date, as in the 27th of any particular month, but it could also be 27 days after this national emergency has been declared. There's no real indications for me suggesting that, but it's just an idea that I've got in my head. And looking at the hangman as well, it does have a similar reference. Ways we've interpreted the tongue have been as a V for 5, or as IV for 4, or VI for 6, but there's also the representation of 7 in there. So I'll just bring that a little bit closer, maybe even closer. So you can see there XX, very similar to the hands that the Bush character shows in the beginning of the video. 10, 10, which is 20, and then, as I said, this could be 4, 5, 6, or it could also be a 7, as you can see just there that way, kind of on its side. So 27 days after this national emergency has been declared, brings us to March the 7th, March the 8th. Now, March the 7th is interesting, particularly because it would be 777 days after Donald Trump became president, and we did a lot of investigation on that 777 and how 777, 77, the number 770 all seems to connect to Donald Trump in some way or another. Just for a quick reiteration, on his first full day in office, Donald Trump was 70 years old, 7 months and 7 days. So 777, you take out the 0 on the 70, which is biblical number 77, connected to Revelations. Donald Trump was born on June 14th, 1946, moved 70 years ahead. You're on June 14th, 2017, moved 7 months ahead. You're on January 14th, 2017, and moving forward another 7 days brings you to January 21st, 2017. So 777 is in 70 years from his birth date, 7 months from that date, and then 7 days from that date brings you to January 21st, which was Donald Trump's first full day in office. So we have a marginal connection that we may be able to connect to a particular date, which, if it's 777 and it's after Donald Trump has become president, then that would bring us to, as stated, March the 7th. I've also put March the 8th in there, mainly because March the 8th is a Friday, and as I've said before, there's a lot of references to the things beginning on Friday as you go into the weekend, which would make sense with the stock market. The stock market closes on the weekend, so if there was to be some sort of plunge before that, it would kind of freeze over the weekend, and other events could unfold. It is also another 23, March being the 3, and the second lunar month being the 2, so backwards 23 or 32, however you want to look at it. I think that's all I wanted to bring to you, just a very quick short video, just to show some of those possible connections. Look out March 7th, March 8th, 27 days after the national emergency, 777 days after Donald Trump became president. Hopefully nothing happens, as has been the case before. Some people suggest that, you know, maybe these videos that we are doing, not just myself, but a whole bunch of us are doing, is causing them to change plans. But as I said before, these plans include a blackout of some kind, of cyber attack, an EMP, so electronics being pretty much useless. So where we are using those kind of systems, electronic systems, if something like this were to happen, then there's no real going back to view what was said before, which again gives them kind of a way of saying, you know, did it really happen? Conspiracy theories, and you know, they'll just put it under that title, conspiracy theory. I think we've all learned a huge lesson from 9/11. The event itself was orchestrated, and we can tell that because when we go back in the media and we look at all the different indications to 9/11 that were spread out throughout the media, it was pretty clear that it was on the cards. And the first of those 9/11 references started many years ago. So where we have a video like iPet Goat 2 coming out in 2012, there's no real indication for, you know, there was, should I say, no real indication for when this was going to happen, if it was going to happen at all. Then we found the Year of the Dog, and we looked at the Year of the Dog, and that passed just recently. And then we found the Year of the Pig. And I am not holding my breath to look out for the Year of the Rat, because otherwise it's just going to keep going on and on and on and on and on. The other thing about this video, the reason I don't play it very much anymore, or at least I don't play large sections of it, and I always generally cut off the sound, is because what you're looking at right now is a seance. A seance is basically, you can research it on Google, I've done so, but a seance is basically a gathering of people that sit around trying to communicate with spirits. And if you consider the fact that when you play this video, if you're sitting there watching it and someone across the world is sitting there watching it, and you know, various other people are watching it around the world, you're actually taking part in a seance of connecting and contacting spirits. And obviously, for those who followed my videos, excuse me, I don't want to play it. For those of you who have followed my videos, you'll know that there are spirits or demon heads in ghost imagery on the chalkboard back here. Some of you are thinking, well, what are you talking about? I've never seen such a thing, and obviously that would make sense if you're new, but they're there. I can't bother to go back into my pictures to find it, as I wasn't intended to talk about it. It's just come up as I'm talking to you now. But it's clear that this video is demonic. It's spiritually draining, which is why a lot of us have kind of stopped playing the video, especially the sound. The sound tends to make me feel a bit funny, so that's where I stopped playing the sound first, and then I stopped playing the video, and then I discovered the whole seance references that this could be taking part in. Obviously, you've got the blue children sitting down, even the Bush character sits down later on, just after this particular scene. The teacher's sitting down, so they're all sitting, and being in a seated position is an important part of a seance when you're trying to contact the spirits. And obviously this video has reference to the Antichrist, so we wrestle not against flesh and blood. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and may the Heavenly Father bless you.